Nagabenta ki khubor baman kasngi pet but subscribe ya u an rangba ka jila Meghalaya Conrad K Sangma menta kasngi ulapli pat ba ek synthetic football turf kabalati thmai hamadan football kharbuli Nongkrem East Khas ha gajing dan lang umentri katnat sports and youth affairs weilat miki shila ha gani kasngi play pat ba ki pat ba naka constituency Nongkrem kilapan pau ya ka jingmen bar ka jingkentu ya ka sarkar MDA kabalawan ra ya ka roy kapar hapo kathan ka project kablabu Nongkrem nadu usnem arhajar arfoi kalong ka dak ka pen I ka jingkular ka sarkar ban kentiu ya ka jingroi ka jingjab hakaliang ka sports kinong mi khamat ki baladon lang hakali ka jingpli taf ki kentup yo MLA barem uba lambor malnyang u Dr Balajit Singh Sim ka hima Karim u Mahiam Marbanyang Chief Engineer ka State Sports Council Meghalaya bar ki rangba habakran hagani ka jingyalang umentri rangba ula penpau ka jingkmen halor ka jingpendep yagani ka project bar ula ong bagani ka peni ba ka sarkar ka don ka jingkit kli ban thawla thamai na ka benta ka samla ula ong ru baga Meghalaya ka ka jila ka babun ki samla kumta ka long ka badon kam ban penrung ka jingtei ba ka jingkarshan ha ka puli puthi ka sport ba ka jingtei jaka kumkalat ban kentiu yaki ka sports ka hikai ya ka jinglong ba betrinti ka jingtrei shitam ba ka jingetrei lang Hagini ki news nem palat nyo po pesen ka jingtei sport infrastructure hapo jila la penmi thamai la ong Conrad K Sangma. Ula benrap ru baga sarkar ka pelong ye ki jingele kai haki block level bat ki tournament ba pher ban bin skotenad iki samla bat ban pelong ye ka jingim ka bakot pakya. Ula kentu ye ki samla puli bat ki samla shinong bakin pendon kam hok ya gani ka jaka le kai barkin pen I ka sap ka bakidon haki. Menteri Katnat Sport and Youth Affairs Weilat Miki Shilla ula penpau ka jing kershan ya ka phang perkhat Menteri Rangba par ula ai khublei ka jing ya trailang jong u hakikam pynroi ba pher ula ka dawru ba ka jila Meghalaya class dang ka jing penkre ban pelong ya ka National Games arajar arpnyo ha ka ba kalalong ka kabu ka ba he na kamta ki samla nong ya le kai jong ka jila Wemali barim ulambor malnyang ula ai khublei ya Menteri Rangba halor ka jing ai jing menjur bante ya kani ka project what happening ka por COVID-19 bat ula ong balada don ka jing tela ka bakraw ha kani ka madan nadu ka por bu Nongkrem ka unok ka arhajar arpwe ula ai khublei ru ya ka sarkar halor ka jing kershan ka babeteng ha ka roi ka par ba ka jing kentiu ya ka samla ha ka constituency
with wisdom, dedication and commitment. It is my privilege to invite our respected headmistress.
Since the day I was elected to the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, right from 2003. Of course, today I no longer serve as the elected representative of this constituency, but my heart is there for the people of the constituency till today. That is the reason why I am present myself here. The school organization, the school committee, I would like to express my sincere thanks during the COVID pandemic. We have been working hand in hand and we have used the school as one of the quarantine center during those past 2 years. I have noticed something very special, that this school is the mirror of the entire Kairim Simship. I should say that. The first school ever constructed here at Himay Kairim, and later different schools started coming up in different localities. With you being here today, I would request you, because quietly, hidingly, I have noticed something which the schools needed urgently with their demands. Yes, I may not be able to say at this moment, but I would like to hear from you, sir, since you have come here with us. kindly look into the problems faced by our schools here in Nongkrem. I would like to express once again my sincere thanks to you, sir, that under your guidance and able leadership, you have sanctioned under my constituency 5 numbers of new school building during my period of time as MLA, and all the schools have been completed, including one of the schools here at Nongkrem LP School. Today's program is the first of its kind. During my tenure, I remember late J.D. Rambai, the former Chief Minister of our state. He visited Nongkrem during the big program held at Unitarian Church. And today, we are having you here with us as young and dynamic leader of the state. We look forward that, and we have also witnessed the activities that was taking place, the infrastructure. You talk about developing the schools, and yesterday in the cabinet, I think you have come up with something else. That is the biggest mission mode that you're going to implement in the near future in our state. The Hagnigapor, the Soban Penpao, yung gajingay kublay biyang sa sisiyan. Ang mission yung kapor, na mga kapor kating wakam kong san, mga yos ngaw, na umentri rang ba jungi, yung ba, yay ba, umentri rang ba, budang mudang banong, kating kapor, ano yung nashikwa banong, ba, what? Nada, ngamsiyam na lang siyo, kumutaw ng ilam, ujongpi, and right to tip, ba kamensim, ba't kajing itiblam, kadang rahem, ba't katanggil, hadu kinigisni. Namar kanongkrem na siyem, bagladay kayin baar jama. Nongkrem is my second home, sir. The love that I have given, it will never forfeit as long as I live in this world. Kulay shibon, kulay kaku, yung school managing committee, yung headmistress, kong marwin. Nakipok yapi babin ng laban ay kajing secretary kapabaha naman ta kalaway jong ikuan kikiti kijong fi. I kulay ng mas ng baro.
I think that is commendable. I think he deserves a round of applause. Tongin at happy nung tao Chief Minister from I'm so happy to see my former colleague in the assembly. And at the same time, I'm so delighted to see that he is a true leader. I have seen many leaders who just want to work while he is in the chair. But you are really led by example that even though you are no longer in the chair or in the power, but you are still very vocal for your people. So thank you so much, Balam, for always there for the people of Nongkrem. Respected all the heads, especially of the Nongkrem Dorbar Pynlut.
And as mentioned by him, requested me to consider this synthetic artificial turf to be constructed here. Without hesitating even for a minute, I sanctioned this project. And I did it because we have always believed that the youth is the strength of our state. Youth Minister had mentioned that we are a young state. 50% of our population is below the age of 20. for us to be able to nurture them and bring them up in the right direction, the government and the society must invest in the youth. In today's world, there are too many distractions for the youth. Whether we talk of problems with drugs, whether the impact of social media, positive and negative both, whether other issues that affect the youth at large, like employment issues, the government and society must work together to help and nurture and provide opportunities for our youth. And hence, while we invest in education, while we invest on our roads, while we invest in different aspects of the economy, we must also invest in different avenues for our youth. Sports is a very, very important part of a young person's life. Sports is not just about enjoying the game, but sports is a way of life. Sports teaches you to be a disciplined person. Sports teaches you to be a hard-working person. Sports teaches you to be a sportsman in terms of the spirit. To be humble when you win and take defeat in the best possible manner and learn from it to become better. And hence, for our government, we have been investing in sports like never before. I'll be happy to tell you, 70% of the sports infrastructure in the entire state, from the moment our state was born, that means in the last 52 years, 70% of the sports infrastructure was created in the last 7 years.
There are 200 people sitting here. That means I have wasted 200 hours of time of the people present out here. That's almost close to 8 days we have lost by me being late by just 1 hour. Time is the greatest resource that we have. And I hope our children will remember this. That time is the most precious resource you have because it will never ever come back. Maintain your discipline. Always be on time. Because it's not just about you, it is about the precious time of others that you could be wasting. Friends, I take this opportunity to congratulate the Nongkrem Government Upper Primary School for completing 75 years. It is not a small feat. I congratulate the past principals, headmistress, headmasters, the past teachers, the past pupils, students who have been part of the journey of this beautiful school. How it started and where it is today. And I'm sure a vision has been set for where it should go in the days to come. So once again, I congratulate all the stakeholders who have made the Nongkrem Government Upper Primary School what it is today. Many, many congratulations to all of you, and may God continue to bless each and every one of you, and may God continue to bless the Nongkrem Government Upper Primary School. As a government, we make many investments. The last 7.5 years of our government has seen multiple investments being made in road sector, multiple investments in the education sector. This building behind us is just one of the 2,000 plus buildings that we have constructed. Schools were neglected in the past. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm stating facts. Schools were neglected in the past, but in the last 7.5 years, we have invested in school buildings. We have invested in tourism sector by creating different homestays, by creating different areas where tourism could be promoted. Our traditional areas, our cultural areas, some which were very meaningful to us but been neglected for years, our government invested in those areas in tourism. We have invested in sports. Just another example of the artificial turf which will be inaugurating after this program. And like this, artificial turfs and stadiums all over the state have been invested. But apart from all these investments, our government believes, and I, as the head of the government, believe that the greatest investment for us is the investment in human capital. The investment we make in human development. All of the other investments will mean nothing. I repeat, all of the investments we make will mean nothing if our human resource investment and we are not able to develop the human capital in our state. And that is the greatest investment that we can make and we should make. Meghalaya government today spends 15% of its budget on education alone. That amounts to 3,654 crores we spend on education every year, means last year's budget, or rather this year's budget, I'm sorry. And of course, this budget will increase as we go along. So this year itself, 3,654 crores has been spent on education. And therefore, for us, and it's the highest, by the way, investment in any sector. So this is an example of what we mean by focusing and giving importance to human capital, to human development, to focusing on our youth, investing in our youth, ensuring that every single youth of our state gets the kind of attention and importance and nurturing that he or she deserves to get, so that they become responsible, productive, and disciplined citizens of our state and of our country. That is the kind of investment we want to make, to see those kind of citizens coming up, because that is what's going to make our state and our country special. Out of the 3,654 crores, we spend almost 1,967 on salary of teachers alone. Government teachers, we spend 684 crores every year. Ad hoc and deficit teachers put together, that is grant and aid, we spend 917 crores in salaries to different deficit and ad hoc teachers. And let me share this with you. No other state in the Northeast supports private schools through grant and aid the way our state government supports. Not to compare, but Nagaland, there are no schools private schools that get granted aid from government. Mizoram, less than 50 schools. Manipur, less than 100 schools. Arunachal, less than 100 schools. But Meghalaya government supports close to 4,000 schools that are privately owned, but government gives granted aid through ad hoc as well as through deficit amounting to 970 crores every year. SSAs, we spend 366 crores every year. So the investment and the money, the budget that is required for education, we are spending. Friends, the challenge is that the return on this investment is not at the level that we all would desire that it should be. That is the challenge. So money is not the concern. Money is being spent. Where are we going wrong? Why is it that even after spending so much, we are not able to raise the standards of our schools? Slowly and steadily it is happening, but not at the pace that we would want it to. And what our director had mentioned is absolutely one of the key areas where the training of the teachers and the overall contribution by the teachers is very, very necessary and important. And I hope that as we move along, we'll be able to do that. A large number of the untrained and so-called unqualified, they are qualified, but as per the government norms, they fall under the unqualified sector because there are certain criteria that are there. But there is a large section of teachers within our non-government sectors who still need some more training to be put under the qualified sector. And we need to continue to invest in our teachers so that we are able to improve things. I also take this opportunity, I just want to share because I thought this is